Spaghetti. Long, thin strands that are probably the most recognizable pasta shape in the world. Spaghetti is made by pushing pasta dough through small round dies, creating smooth, cylindrical strands that cook evenly in boiling water. Because the surface is smooth and relatively narrow, sauces do not cling in thick layers the way they do with ridged pasta. Instead, they coat the strands lightly, forming a glossy layer that moves with the pasta as it is twirled on a fork. When cooked al dente, spaghetti develops a firm but flexible bite that holds together without feeling heavy. That balance is why it is traditionally paired with smoother sauces like marinara, olive oil, and garlic, and classic meat sauces like bolognese. Penne. A short, tube-shaped pasta cut diagonally at both ends, giving each piece pointed tips that resemble the nib of a fountain pen. Most penne is produced with ridges along the outside, which increase the surface area and help sauces cling more effectively. The hollow center acts like a small chamber where sauce can settle, while the thicker walls help the pasta keep its structure during cooking. Because of that design, penne works particularly well with chunky sauces containing pieces of meat or vegetables. As the pasta is tossed, the sauce fills the tubes, while the ridges hold extra sauce along the outside. Fusilli. Formed by twisting strands of pasta dough into tight corkscrew spirals. Those curves create grooves along the surface that naturally trap sauce as the pasta moves in the pan. Compared with smooth pasta like spaghetti, the twists of fusilli hold thicker sauces much more easily. The spiral shape also gives the pasta a slightly springy bite when cooked properly. Herbs, grated cheese, and olive oil collect along the curves, which is why fusilli works especially well with pesto and vegetable-based sauces. Farfalle. Often called bow tie pasta because of its distinctive shape. Each piece begins as a small rectangle of pasta dough that is pinched in the center, so the edges flare outward. That design creates a natural contrast in texture. The thicker center stays slightly firm, while the thinner edges soften more quickly during cooking. This gives each bite a mix of textures, while the folds help hold lighter sauces and small ingredients. Farfalle is frequently used in cream sauces or pasta salads where vegetables and herbs cling easily to the shape. Linguine. Similar to spaghetti but slightly wider and flattened rather than perfectly round. That small change increases the surface area, allowing sauces to coat the pasta more effectively. Linguine maintains a delicate but slightly firmer bite while still feeling light on the plate. Because it carries sauce well without overpowering delicate ingredients, it is often paired with seafood. Olive oil, garlic, clams, and shrimp spread easily across the flat strands. Fettuccine. Long, flat ribbons that are wider and thicker than linguine. The broad surface gives sauces more area to cling to, while the slightly heavier structure creates a fuller bite. When tossed with butter, cream, and cheese, the sauce coats the ribbons evenly and forms a silky layer along the pasta. That is why fettuccine is closely associated with rich sauces like Alfredo. The wide ribbons help distribute the sauce across the entire plate, instead of letting it pool underneath. Rigatoni is large, tube-shaped pasta with straight-cut ends and deep ridges running along the outside. Compared with penne, rigatoni is wider and more open, creating more space for thick sauces to settle inside the pasta. The ridges hold extra sauce along the outside, while the thick walls help the pasta maintain a sturdy bite during cooking. Rigatoni is especially common in dishes with slow-cooked meat sauces, where rich ragù fills the tubes and clings to the grooves. Bucatini. At first glance, bucatini looks very similar to spaghetti, but each strand contains a narrow, hollow center running through the middle. This tiny tunnel allows sauce to flow through the pasta while also coating the outside surface. The slightly thicker structure gives bucatini a more substantial chew compared with spaghetti. In Roman cooking, it's famously paired with pasta alla matriciana, where tomato sauce, cured pork, and pecorino cheese cling to both the inside and the outside of the strand. Pappardelle is one of the widest ribbon pastas, made as broad, flat strips that create a very substantial texture when cooked. Compared to thinner ribbons such as fettuccine, The wide surface allows heavy sauces to spread across the pasta instead of sliding off narrow strands. Because of that design, pappardelle is often served with slow braised meats, for example, beef or wild boar ragù. The wide ribbons help distribute the sauce evenly, so each bite contains both pasta and meat. Cavatappi is a spiral tube pasta shaped like a corkscrew, with ridges along the outside. The combination of curves, grooves, and a hollow center gives sauce several places to cling. Thick sauces coat the ridges, while extra sauce settles inside the tube. When cooked properly, cavatappi has a slightly springy texture that feels hearty without being dense. That structure makes it especially popular in creamy pasta dishes and baked casseroles. Orecchiette. The name means little ears, referring to the small cup-like shape of each piece. Each piece forms a shallow bowl, with a slightly thicker center and thinner edges. That curved shape naturally collects sauce and small ingredients inside the cup. In southern Italian cooking, orecchiette is often served with vegetables or crumbled sausage. As the pasta is tossed, the ingredients settle neatly into the curved shape. Rotini. A short spiral pasta similar to fusilli, but usually formed with tighter twists and a slightly shorter body. Those spirals create grooves that trap sauce along the surface while helping the pasta maintain its shape during cooking. Rotini works particularly well with thicker sauces, but it is also common in pasta salads. The tight twists help dressing, herbs, and vegetables cling to the pasta. Gemelli. Despite its appearance, gemelli is not actually two strands twisted together. Instead, it is a single strand of pasta twisted into a spiral that resembles a double helix. The overlapping curves create small pockets where sauce can cling, while still leaving open surfaces that cook evenly. Because of that structure, gemelli works best with medium-weight sauces containing small ingredients like peas, mushrooms, or diced vegetables. Casarecci is a short pasta that looks like a loosely rolled narrow tube with open edges. Its twisted shape creates a small channel that holds sauce, while the curved surface gives sauces something to cling to. Casarecci is common in southern Italian cooking, and it pairs particularly well with thick tomato sauce or pesto. As the pasta moves through the sauce, the folds catch flavor along the entire length of the pasta. Orzo is shaped like a grain of rice, even though it is made from pasta dough. Because the pieces are small and smooth, orzo cooks evenly and develops a soft but slightly firm texture. It is most often used in soups, brothy dishes, or pasta salads rather than as a base for thick sauces. The small size allows it to mix easily with vegetables, herbs, and dressings. In many Mediterranean dishes, orzo is cooked similar to rice, absorbing broth as it simmers. Ditalini. Very small, short tubes that resemble tiny pieces of macaroni. Their hollow centers allow broth or sauce to move through the pasta, which is why ditalini is often used in soups and stews. Because of its size, the pasta spreads evenly throughout a dish. Each spoonful contains small bites of pasta mixed with beans, vegetables, or meat. It is especially common in rustic Italian soups like pasta e fagioli. Ravioli is a filled pasta made by sealing two thin sheets of dough around a filling. The fillings can vary widely, from cheese and spinach to meat or vegetables. Because the pasta itself is delicate, ravioli is usually paired with sauces that complement the filling rather than overpower it. Butter sauces, light tomato sauces, or sage-infused sauces allow the filling to remain the focus of the dish. Tortellini. Small, ring-shaped, stuffed pasta formed by wrapping a filled square of dough around itself and sealing the edges together. The curved shape creates a compact bite where pasta and filling are balanced together. Tortellini are often filled with cheese or meat and are commonly served in broth. As they simmer, the pasta absorbs flavor while keeping its structure. Agnolotti. Small stuffed pasta parcels traditionally found in northern Italian cuisine. Instead of sealing two sheets together like ravioli, agnolotti are formed by folding pasta dough around lines of filling and cutting them into small pockets. This creates a thin layer of pasta around a concentrated filling. Because of that balance, agnolotti are usually served with simple sauces like butter and herbs. Cannelloni, large tube-shaped pasta designed specifically for stuffing. The wide cylinders are filled with ingredients such as ricotta, spinach, or ground meat, then covered with sauce and baked. During baking, the pasta softens while absorbing flavor from the surrounding sauce. The result is a layered dish where pasta, filling, and sauce combine into a single bite. From smooth strands designed for light sauces to ridged tubes built to trap thick ragù, pasta shapes are designed around how sauce interacts with the surface of the pasta. Let us know in the comments what we should explain next.